reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
If Mordramoth could attack the mother tree in the grove, it can attack anywhere.
Is it true that the head of this outfit is a Sylvari?
Happiness mode engaged.
Hello.
Welcome.
Ready for action.
Happy to meet you, hero.
Glad to have you with us.
You'll find everything you need here.
Hail, traveler.
Wake up, you motherless Ettins. It's time to go.
I'd offer the traditional pirate's greeting, but your spleen is better unperforated.
You're listening to Guild Wars Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon at doghousesystems.com.
Hello and welcome to episode 194 of Guild Wars Reporter. I am joined by how do you say that? By the lovely Hunter. Hello, lovely Hunter.
Hello, analytic Alona.
Ooh, I am very not analytic, so I actually take that as a compliment.
Okay, it was a random A word, but yeah, take it as a compliment.
You're a random A word.
I am not a random A word, I'm a very specific A word.
True. I stand corrected. So, Hunter, who's clicking his keyboard in the background, what did you do this week?
So I got the achievement for collecting those little blue lights in the Orc Basin instance when you're being chased by a certain villain.
I did not know that was a thing.
Oh,
so,
okay.
No, no. Well, I didn't know that achievement was there.
Yeah, well, it is, and there's like 21 of them throughout the instance, and it'd be kind of annoying to get if Fallon is shoot bet. You know, I tried to step around spoiling that, and then I just blurted out her name. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're being chased, and
by somebody.
Now I just need the one where you get through that whole instance without taking damage, and I should have all of the Act 2 achievements done. And when was it? Friday? No, it must have been like Tuesday or Wednesday. We did Veil Guardian, and well, first we did the Stronghold of the Faithful, and
we does not include me, just FYI.
That's true. Yes, it was mostly RO people.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we did the siege of the castle, and then we did Veil Guardian successfully, and I didn't get anything to speak of. The rewards for that were terrible, to be honest. Like,
really?
Well, I got nothing to speak of. I don't think I even got rares.
Oh.
And so yeah, I've done a bunch of T4s this week. Still no ascended drops of any kind. Like, I got 2 normal rings. And I think that's about it for like 3 T4 runs over the past week, which has been really annoying. But I did get a bunch of stuff done for the third tier of the back piece, so that's coming along. I was a little disappointed to hear that you need both a gift of metal and a gift of wood for the fractal legendary back piece.
But that kind of makes sense, because you need a gift of, well, you usually need 2 gifts for any legendary weapon.
Yeah, it's true.
So how is that any different? It's a legendary.
Well, the gift of wood and the gift of metal are particularly difficult to get, because that's a lot of gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you get like the gift of the nobleman, you just run the dungeon like 5 times or something, and you should have, you know, most of the stuff for that gift. But 250 ancient wood planks is 750 each one logs, and not to mention the other wood, which is all expensive right now. And I just finished recooing most of my material storage to replace the gift of metal I made for Sunrise and the gift of wood I made for Hope. So that's kind of irritating.
You are put out by it.
Yeah. I mean, I already gather a lot, so I don't need to be gathering more. Excuse me. So I did a few Auric metas and Dragon Stand twice, and I think I did some Tangled Depth stuff, and yeah, we did Tangled Depths together, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff for the specialization weapon collections. So I had been slacking on those for quite a while. I still kind of slacking because I need to finish the Mystic weapon skins and get most of the machine stuff. But that's pretty much all I have to do for all of the every single specialization collection. So there's that. And I did a bunch of dungeon runs: Citadel of the Flames, Crucible of Eternity, Twilight Arbor, Ascalonian Catacombs. I think you were there for some of those.
At least, I think Citadel of Flame. I don't believe I did the other 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hung out in World vs. World for a while. I didn't make a huge amount of progress on my reward track for the Gift of Battle, but I did finish the dailies, so I could deposit the potions into Mox Guildhall, so we can unlock the reward track Guild Tavern boost. Which we haven't got yet. Almost there, though, thanks to Particle Shift, who has been donating
oh my gosh.
Mad amounts of materials all over the place, like a fortune's worth.
Yeah, it's we're now level 41. Oh, we were at 39 forever. Oh no, we made 40 already. We're now level 41.
Yeah, and we have most materials to make a bunch of upgrades, so thanks for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I made some decorations for the guild hall, mushrooms, trees, throw pillows, which I will never make again because holy crap.
Yes, you were talking about that in chat the one day. You were like, so Key wanted a red?
Yeah.
The red throw pillow or red velvet throw pillow or something like that. So you made it and it was like tiny. And you're like, well, I'm not doing that again.
Well, you have to make a red pillow and then make the throw pillow, and it costs like a ridiculous amount of money for this tiny ass thing. And some topiaries as well. But Mira's made quite a few topiaries, like some odd shaped ones. I didn't realize they could be so big.
We have a very lush green hall, or guild hall.
Yeah, it's really grown over the past couple of weeks. Yeah. With the forest and all.
Yes, we have a forest. Just FYI, our guild hall has a forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Finally, I spent a good amount of time trying to get #her diving goggles achievement in for the Brink, but she gave up because her Mac frame rate was like 5 frames per second, so she couldn't make out where she was falling. So yeah, we couldn't get that for her.
Oh. Zero is saying that it used to take a whole stack of sand for each pillow. Wow. Yeah. No pillows for anyone ever with that. And Bane is saying that, so you're on, what world are you on again, Hunter?
I'm on Northern Shiver Peaks.
That's right, Northern Shiver Peaks. I don't know how they're doing in World vs. World. Apparently, Tarnished Coast is struggling. I haven't been in World vs. World in a while, so it's not my fault this time.
Sand isn't as much of a problem anymore. It's much cheaper. I think it's like 30 copper, 40 copper for 1 sand now, where it used to be 2 or 3 silver.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird how not weird, interesting how some prices fluctuate up versus down, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. For me, and again, I'll probably remember stuff halfway through the show, but I got gold on 2 adventures that I hadn't tried before. the Wings of Gold and Beetle Feast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was fun because I didn't have gold on Beetle Feast either.
Yes, okay, so I loved Beetle Feast, and I just like, I got this! I was like totally in for this.
Yeah, it was me, you, and hashtag, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I had gotten silver before, but I don't think I really understood the point of the adventure before that. And I got the hang of it, and now I know the rhythms of that adventure, so that was a good time.
I really liked it. And we did a ley line run, but the best I was able to get was silver. However, the adventure closed down because of the Garant.
Yeah.
So, next time.
You were doing well. Once we got everyone to
good.
start using those silver buff things that send you flying.
Well, yeah, and you have to like kick off like just slightly behind them, and I was running right up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would just shoot me off to the ground.
Yeah.
Which, didn't work so well. So now that I got the knack of that one, and I actually have done a few other adventures whenever I've seen them. I got silver, I was doing stuff in Verdant Brink the one night, and I got silver for the Bugs on the Branches.
Mm-hmm. You must have had that before, though.
No, I'm not sure if I had silver before, but I was 2 away from gold.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to 28. So there's something I think, but the thing is, at that point I couldn't see any more that I was missing. So there's 2 that I'm not sure where they are, I think.
They're probably up top if you can't see them.
This is what I'm thinking, but I just need to kind of figure that out a little bit. And anytime I want a quick gold, for that day, I'll just head over to the salvage pit, because that's quick gold. I did guild missions. Well, Mock did guild missions the one night. It was pretty quiet. Like, we just did the easy ones.
It was just 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, but we didn't do a race, did we? I can't remember now.
I don't know.
I don't believe we did. We did those missions, and then because
Spider Scurry. We tried to do Spider Scurry.
Not try to, we did, and we did awesome. Well, basically awesome. We finished it.
Yeah.
It was good.
That's a tough one to do. And it's a tough one if you don't know it.
Yeah, there's some tricks to that one. That was the one you had to walk me through, like, out of doing it, just like, okay, then you go here, and walk me through it very slow pace before I could actually understand what the heck was going on. On Monday, I did guild missions with Maven. For the first time in a while, I was able to make it finally, and they did not end well for me. With regards, I thought I was in the clear. It was like, oh, there's only one trek, or only one race, Guild Rush. So I'll be fine. There's only one. It's not one of the weeks where there's 3, which is super stressful. And
so, what sound did you make?
I don't want to give it away because the video's not out yet.
Okay.
But I will let it out of the bag in that I did have to make the noise. Again. Mwah, mwah. That one was actually, it was the Ghost Wolf, and the giant event was up with Fen, and when he's shrunk down and walking through the caves, and he can hit you with your attacks when you're in Ghost Wolf form. So I kept dying right at the beginning because of Fen.
Right.
And I was the only one there. I was like, whoa. So I made my Revenant to level 80. I tomed the last few. I was actually caught the after show for Talking Script the one day this week, and they were talking about Revenant and leveling up that profession and doing it. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna tome it. Totally toming it up. So I actually feel pretty good. I mean, I have a bazillion tomes, so might as well. And I started the hero point hunting with him, and getting him to 80 helped clear out my bank of some of the extra gear I've been holding on to. So that was good.
Yeah.
I'm almost done kitting out my thief for raids. So I've unlocked, and last night I unlocked Daredevil.
You mean you finished Daredevil?
Yes, I finished Daredevil. Sorry. I keep saying unlocked as in I have access to, like full access, but yeah, no. I finished getting Daredevil last night. It was you, me, and Panther.
Mm-hmm.
We're going through Oric Basin.
I think that's the first time I've did the poison bacon hero point with access to adrenal mushrooms, which made it like super easy.
It was way easier because I have that unlocked as well now. And so mostly right now I'm trying to get more at ease with the playstyle, like looking at because like I am looking at the meta build for this, or meta battle build for this. And so I'm trying to look at their rotations and what they recommend and trying to get used to that. Mm-hmm. And you said that I was doing decent damage.
Well, someone was, so I guess so.
Yeah. Well, and I have to get better at getting out of dodge because I have a very tiny amount of health. So tiny, the health pool. But Panther was on a Tempest, and I could tell he was... I think between your Guardian and his Tempest were some of the reasons I was not insta-dying. Yeah, like I could see my health go down, then go back up, health go down, health go up, health go down, health go up. And I know I'm not doing anything, so... So that was a lot of... I'm enjoying the Thief so far. So, and this is my first full Zerker thing, or nearabouts.
Yeah, 4 years in the game. My first
time.
Zerker set.
Yeah, and so I needed Zerker daggers, and I didn't have them. So I used the Guild Commendator,
Mm-hmm.
Guild Commendation Trader. That's it. I used the Guild Commendation Trader to trade in Guild Commendations because the cheapest Zerker dagger was almost 10 gold on the trading post. I was like,
You could have made them probably, right?
I could have, but yeah, they're 5 gold plus 10 guild commendations or 15 guild commendations, which that seems fairly reasonable, I think, for that. And with the help of guildies, I got a bunch more of the items for Astrolaria Tier 4, so that's slowly coming along. Like you and Hashtag and I think Panther, and I'm probably forgetting people, did a bunch of stuff. There was that puzzle in Straits of Devastation, the underwater one.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
I think Key was there for that one, wasn't she?
I don't even know how we finished that. I think like some random person came through and got the final thing that we hadn't managed to get.
Mm-hmm. And I got super lucky jumping into a Dragon Stand meta that was in the final stages, I think.
And that's how it's spelled, ladies and gentlemen. SOOOOPER lucky.
It is
in
all caps. That's how it's spelled in the show notes. Super lucky. Veggie had popped into Mock's voice chat and we were talking. He was in Dragon's Den. And I can't remember what we were doing exactly at the time, but we were finished. And I went, oh, wait a minute. I need something for Astrolaria from the final, it's the commune from the final hero point thingy at the end of Dragon's Den. And I was able to get in on his map somehow magically.
Yeah.
So I got the credit for that event, or for the map, which a nice bonus, not what I was there for, but I was able to get that for Astrolaria. And I was also there for the diving goggle attempts in Verdant Brink with you and Hashtag, and I got super lucky, and got it.
I don't think it was so much lucky. I just think Hashtag couldn't see the actual trees in her way because that's what she kept hitting.
Well, by the time you go through the full I want to say foliage as a joke, as you go through the foliage, by the time, there's almost no time to maneuver out of the way of it if you're not positioned properly.
Mm-hmm.
I got it on the second try or third. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like it was the second, but it may have been the third. And we did the one person standing in the water, then we made the person standing in the water, but also
Person standing in the tree.
this person standing in the tree. We put the little thing, and no, I have to tell, super. That's how it's spelled. And then I did Oric Basin with a bunch of the Relics peeps the one night. Followed a few questions I had never experienced before, one of which was the script one that had been bugged the first time I had tried to do it, like this very shortly after Heart of Thorns came out.
Bugged how?
It just didn't progress.
Okay.
But it's that I'm certain that hasn't been the case for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there were a ton of chains that was in the north area, was it? That we were doing that?
We did north and we did west. Script was in the west.
Yeah. The north event chains I had never done before, at even a little bit. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that quite a bit. And
we also did that failed Oric Basin when we were HP hunting.
Oh yeah.
And we ran into south, and then we were just going casually along at south, helping out, and west finished their thing for some reason. Nobody had said burn. They just decided, we're gonna finish our side, and then yeah. So obviously we didn't get all 4 down, and all 4 of the Octovarines were set, and we had 2 minutes left in the meta at that point. So
yeah, it was frustrating. Part of it was that West had a hard time. Everyone else was keeping pretty on track with each other, and West was way up. They had a long way to go, and then they had some really massive burn phases, and they just didn't know when to stop. They're like, we're going for this, yeah, kill. So, and then we had a very hard time getting the bomby thing to the Octovine. We just couldn't get it through all the flotsam in the way.
Yeah, we scaled badly with the frogs and stuff.
Yeah. But, that's not why we were in the map in the first place. It would have been nice, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Not our fault.
I guess.
Yes. And there was some fractals, fungeons, PvP a little bit. Not an awful lot of any of those. Still a lot of gathering. More gathering. All the gathering. Which, again, I will reiterate, I quite enjoy, so that's not a complaint.
I think Guild Wars 2 requires too much gathering, I'm gonna say. Come on. What the hell?
I really... You know what? For me, gathering must be what fishing is for people in other MMOs.
Well, fishing in other MMOs is hands off. You go and you do something else, out of game.
That's how it's been explained to me, that they just find it relaxing to do, though.
Well, that's because they can read the web or watch TV.
Oh, well, that could be.
In my opinion, but maybe someone in the chat disagrees with me.
Maybe they do. And while we're waiting for that disagreement, I'm just going to remind everyone that we live stream Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time at twitch.tv/MMOReporter. You can subscribe to the audio version of the podcast on iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher and probably Pod FM or whatever else is out there that I may or may not know exists. And remember to rate and review us so that other people know we're a real podcast. And I have received some messages in-game from listeners saying that they enjoy the show, and thank you very much for sending those. I love it. I love getting whispers in-game, so thumbs up for that.
So no one has picked up on our hints that we want people to rate and review the show on iTunes?
I might have to do it myself as a test to see whether the stuff is going through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
I guess we don't know if we're a real podcast or not. That's fine. That's fine.
We have no idea.
Think we're ready for another attack?
From land, air, or sea, we won't be caught off guard again.
Report from Lion's Arch.
Long live Lion's Arch.
Over on the official forums, Andrew McLeod, who is a game designer at ArenaNet, had a post about legendary armor information. As some players have started to discover the information related to the journey for legendary armor included with the Stronghold of the Faithful, I wanted to give some additional information and clarifications about the overall journey. Upon completing the Envoy Armor 1 collection, the achievement awards a box of experimental Envoy armor, out of which you can choose one set of Ascended armor, light, medium, or heavy. This armor is similar to the early stage precursor weapons crafted when working towards the legendary precursor weapon. The armor is not the final precursor, and you should feel free to choose a set based on which appearance or type of armor that you would like to have. You were going to say something, Hunter?
It's a full set of Ascended armor, which is crazy.
Well, nice.
No, I'm trying my best here not to make snide comments about how legendary armor is only available to people who raid, but okay, go ahead.
Well, and I thought it was interesting that it's not the actual precursor, it's like the precursor to the precursor.
Well, you have to craft like that greatsword for, I mean, the first tier thing for every legendary, the legendary collections.
Yeah. Moving on, he says, completing the Envoy Armor 1 collection will unlock the Envoy Armor 2 collection to begin the next...
clarification. Sorry. My comments that are about legendary armor.
To begin the next step of the journey, similarly to how the first collection was revealed over the course of the Forsaken Thicket releases, this collection has some items that are tied to future content, which will be revealed when that content is released.
I wonder if it'll be a raid.
However, since creating the legendary armor involves more than just earning the precursor armor pieces, the NPC who helps out with the Envoy Armor 2 collection provides information as to what is required to make the legendary gifts so that players working on this journey know what to collect in order to complete their armor.
Honestly,
do you have anything you want to say, Hunter?
If they make a legendary set of armor outside of raids for other players, that would be great. Thanks.
Honestly, I kind of feel like it's an eventual. I do kind of feel that.
They've literally said nothing about it, so how the will we know? I don't know.
I don't know. Upon completion of the Envoy 2 armor collection, you will receive another box of armor, and this will be the final stage of precursor armor. These will be the items you can upgrade to legendary armor in the Mystic Forge. This armor box will similarly require you to choose an armor type, and it will award a set of precursor armors of that type. However, it will also unlock crafting recipes to craft all 3 types of precursor armor, so anyone wanting to create different types of legendary armor or additional armors for their other characters will be able to do so. Obtaining a refined Envoy armor will unlock the corresponding experimental Envoy armor skin. So players wanting to unlock all of these skins will be able to do that by creating the refined Envoy armors when they have been unlocked. I didn't understand basically any of that last paragraph, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's worded well, but it just sounds like you can craft the Ascended armors, I think, basically.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Bane in chat is saying World vs. World will burn down the game if they can't have legendary armor. Well, I think everyone kind of... Any game type... Like, same for PvP probably, Bane. I would assume PvE, although it's more fractal that you'd need anything like that anyway.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. It's probably one of these things that this, even though there's clarification or information in this post, which is awesome, it's probably one of those things you need to see. You need to see it to really understand what is being described, like see the process mapped out. So, but yeah, that last pair, I'm like, I don't know what any of this means, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, part of my bitterness is just that, like, oh, raids get all this content, nobody else gets anything. Plus, raids get all these skins, and the only place you can get a legendary armor, nobody else gets anything.
Well, yet. Like, we know stuff's coming, though.
Okay,
like,
I'm shaking my head. Stop defending them.
Living World Season 3 is coming. We know it's coming. It's not like they're going to go, oh, not happening now.
Well, you don't
it's
know
not
what's
likely.
in it. I don't know what's in it. It's coming out within the next 2 months. They've said nothing about it.
Well, because we want it to be a surprise. I want to be surprised.
Yeah, they did interviews at E3 with various people and put them under embargo. Did you see that?
I did. I'm very excited. I'm very intrigued.
The Italian site broke the embargo and posted their story.
But we're not going to talk about it here.
No, I'm just saying. But there wasn't a whole lot of information in it.
Well, they may have not broken complete embargo, though.
Well,
like it may have been a portion of it. Maybe
they
thought they
badly translated, so it's hard to say.
Well, there's also that.
Okay, so moving on to Stronghold of the Faithful. Okay, so there was a new behind-the-scenes video of the Keep Construct design. Game designer Jason Reynolds talks about designing the Keep Construct's combat mechanics. And you've put in some sort of joke here. KC and the Sunshine Band is a giant massive sponge initially, which I take issue with. I don't like giant massive sponges.
Well, it sounds like it's just for the first portion of the fight, and I didn't want to type out Keep Construct a million times, so I just abbreviated to KC, and then I started having Walking on Sunshine in my head, and so I had to type it out. And it wasn't necessarily to be read on the stream, but okay.
Yeah, well, the sponge part of it is that's something they really go to too much. Like, there's just way too many encounters in this game with massive health pools, and I'm just over it. Moving on, statues became part of the fight because Jason thought they were too cool not to. Yeah, this would be where they crumble. The animation was good.
Well, the statues, I don't think the statues themselves, the crumbling part happened after he saw the assets.
Oh.
And said, okay, these look amazing. They need to be part of the fight. And then they were animated to crumble and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And Jason's favorite part of the fight is when players get a large indicator ring around their feet and they have to spread out so that they don't blow each other up.
I like they said pow after the pow. Actually, it was interesting though, because on the video, it's showing that portion where you can see the rings kind of overlapping, but not an awful lot, and there's the explosion. But I didn't see his health go down at all. So is the big damage only if you are overlapping? And mitigated entirely if you aren't? Like, I didn't really see an awful lot of... Yeah, I've already snorted 3 times tonight.
Yeah, it appears to be.
Yeah.
And players have dubbed one stage the hockey or soccer phase.
Yeah, I thought that was... I like it when things get nicknames. And that was the one you have to knock the avatars of the statues or whatever they are into these rifts.
Yeah. And Jason has got over 100,000 in damage
on occasion.
Yeah, I think that happens whenever there's a lot of vulnerability, because there's that achievement, what is it, Master Blaster or something like that, where you Master of Damage, where you get like over 200,000 in damage or something.
I don't know if I have that.
It's in the
I
game.
may have. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and at the end of the fight, you can see the twisted castle in the background, which is a very cool looking castle, and I've seen people talking about how to get through it, and there was a map on Reddit detailing how to move through the castle, which is an interesting that you would need something like a map to get through something in Guild Wars 2.
Well, and he specifically had mentioned that the fight environment for the keep construct was designed in such a way to allow for the reveal of the twisted castle at the end of it, and that is why it's closed in. So when everything kind of breaks down, then you're like, whoa, where am I? What is this? And it's all cool. So this was the final, as we said, the final one for these. So there was 4 total, I think. And they're all about 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I liked them. I hope they keep doing these. I said that before, saying it again. Hope they keep doing them.
Sure.
Yeah. And there was also a rating retrospective on the official Guild Wars 2 news page. And do you like to read?
Do I like to? No.
Do you? Because
I don't know
so this
how
was
to
a
read.
rating retrospective. It was Stephen Waller, who's I won't read their titles, but Stephen Waller, Byron Miller, Bobby Stein, Teddy Wynn, Jason Reynolds, and Crystal Reed all have like little mini blog posts that they've all grouped them together. There's a ton of words, lots of words. Words you might find interesting, and all joking aside, I actually found each one's write-up really quite interesting. Their different perspectives based on their roles. I think I read some things out to you while I was reading through it earlier.
It was comforting because it reminded me that I'm not the only one who gets angry about raids, because you quoted Bobby Stein at me about him. What did it say? Something about how they furthered the parts of the story that the player base wanted to see in the raid.
Yeah.
And we were not happy about that.
Yeah. A place where we could answer some lingering questions and further explore stories we've wanted to tell for years. I'm like, although I am going to try raiding so that I can experience this because I want to experience it. But it really was, there were, hearing from them in a very candid manner was quite nice. And it is a long read, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, no, just made me angry. That's all. And I guess we're moving on to the Black Lion Trading Company. It's been a Scrit week at the Black Lion Trading Company. Where's Scrit Week? Is that what?
They called it Scrit. Well, the
official post?
The official post said it's Scrit Week at the Black Lion Trading Company, but it's been a day or so now, so I'm just... And by the time the show comes out, it will have been Scrit Week at Black Lion.
Aha, so you're listening to this now. You are missing out. Okay.
Well, they're saying a full week, so presumably until Monday.
Yeah, okay, well... there's a new glittering bomb harvesting tool. I haven't seen this one yet, but you can cancel the animation for the harvesting tool as soon as the item pop up on your right side. If you move too early, harvesting will be canceled, then you have to harvest a second time.
And we'll have a link to Delphi's page, but it's a little script comes out and basically paws at the ground like it's digging, and then pulls out this shiny thing and runs away. And it's kind of awesome.
There's also a home instance node pack for 3,200 gems, 20% off. If you have one of the things already, the price is adjusted accordingly. So that's basic lumber, harvesting, and ore. You have got leather here. Is leather included?
Yeah, I copied that from Delphi anyway.
Oh. Oh, well, I have leather
Unless
and
she's
cloth,
one.
so when I looked
Yes.
at it, it was only the lumber ore and...
Yes. So,
Right.
yeah, because if you don't have any of these items, it is, did you say how many gems it was? It was 3,200 gems,
Yeah.
which is a 20% discount.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was really cool that if you had some of these, you could still buy it and it would just adjust the price. I thought that was a really nice feature.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And the pack only includes nodes you haven't bought, so I'll just... Oh, I said that already?
Yes.
Great.
Actually, just really quickly about the harvesting tool, Key in chat is saying, I don't like that the Black Line Trading Company is selling Scrit. If they pack them in bulk, we're going to have a genius problem on our hands.
I think the next expansion has a slave trade. That's my prediction.
No, they wouldn't.
I think it would be really controversial and interesting. And, yeah, moving on. Of course, they're not going to have a slave trade, but some sort of thing where you rescue slaves, maybe. Anyway, Crystal Nomad outfit is on for 520 gems, which is 25% off, and the Crystal Savant outfit is on for 595 gems and 15% off. I'm not sure why they wouldn't just have the same discount.
The Savant's a newer outfit. And it was previously part of a bundle.
Oh, was it? So
Yeah.
it's the first time it's been in outfit form?
I want to say yes, but I might be wrong. I might be remembering this wrong. This is just like off the top of my head. And I may have got the Nomad outfit because it was on sale. Well, I didn't have it yet, so now I do.
Surviving the Mist.
Now recruiting for the Battle for the Mists. Is your life a dead end? Looking for meaning? I have the answer to your existential dilemma right here.
And we do not have a Clouded tonight. Wah, wah, wah. Clouded was unavailable, and we decided to move ahead with Surviving the Mists because we received a World versus World reward track explanation from a listener. Elbryn came to our rescue quite unintentionally to help out with understanding World versus World reward tracks. Hi, intrepid reporters. On a recent episode, Alona, that would be me, seemed to lament not making much progress on the World versus World reward tracks. Since it might be helpful for folks who need to earn their gift of battle, and it's a bit tricky to understand, here's a quick summary of the mechanics. You only get points when the 5-minute timer ends. The time shows at the very top of your screen in the center. When the timer gets to 0, you'll get a number of points based on your participation. When you first log in to World vs. World, this will be 0. You can see the points anytime by clicking on the chest icon in the bottom right of your minimap. So how do you get points? By raising your participation level. You start at 0 points and 0% participation as shown by the first horizontal bar below your points. You get participation percentage by doing things that help your team in World vs. World, capturing places, killing yaks, etc. Generally, the bigger the objective, the more percentage it gets you. So killing a yak is 5%, capturing a sentry point is 13%, taking a camp is 40%. You need to decide what's going to give you the best progress and still be a fun way to play. If you run around with a big Zerg that fights long battles but never takes anything, you won't get any participation percentage, or just a little from killing the opposing players. When you reach the first 100% completion, you will now start getting 25 points each time the timer reaches 0. If you keep gaining participation percentage, you'll keep going up in tiers of points until you get to the highest tier, which is 195 points every 5 minutes. And thank you, Key, for... Yes, I said yasks.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it.
Does Key not know what a yask is? Jesus. That's weird.
There's only one other thing you need to know. Whenever you do something that gets you participation percentage, a timer starts. If you go 8.5 minutes from that point without doing anything else that contributes to participation, your participation bar turns into a 1.5 minute timer. When that timer reaches 0, your participation percentage will start declining about 1% every 3 seconds. If you get below 0% participation for that level, you drop down to the next point level. Hopefully that helps. Elbrun.
Yeah, I knew it was based on like certain ticks. You get progress for every 5-minute tick or whatever, but I didn't understand all of that down to that level of detail.
And that was, I think, amazingly well described. Like, I understood it. So that's good. Because I sometimes have issues with that. No, I certainly feel a little better armed going into World versus World now from the how to gain World versus World reward track progress. So thank you for sending this in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks. Could use more emails like this.
Subtle.
If anyone is interested in sending emails that explain things to Guild Wars Reporter host, we'd be happy to read them on the air.
Particularly World versus World and PvP, because those are certainly not at all my milieu. And we have a new game. And we have a new game thanks to Particle Shift, who sent in a list of 9 possible games. And I couldn't decide where to start, so I just started at the beginning of the beginning. And so thank you for sending that in. And this week's game is Time to Die, spelt D-Y-E. If you could create a new die theme set, what would be the theme and a sample color or two? For example, Thaumanova cleanup pack, dimly glowing dyes, the safest way to dispose of waste. Irradiated orange, irradiated green as sample colors. So this is so good. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll have to come up with something for next time.
I'm going to write a note. I have an idea.
Are you going to write that down during the show?
Yes. I'll forget otherwise.
Okay, well, welcome to my world, Guild Wars Reporter listeners.
They know. This is what I do. If I don't write it down now, I'll forget. So, so that's Surviving the Mist this week. So quick, so simple. And do you want to start with the first one, or do you want me to?
I guess I'll start. You handled all of the Tales of Tyria stuff, and most of the show notes today, so thank you for that.
Yep. I will just preface this one to lead in, and you can do the reading. How's that? We received another email this week, and this one was about organizing Triple Trouble. So I put that in Tales of Tyria because it's kind of a community thing.
Yes, Triple Trouble community. Hello to each of the charming hosts of one of my favorite podcasts.
Thank you.
I don't know about charming, but I'm not... Well, I am charming. I'm not certain if this may have come up at any point in recent history, but I wondered if any of you happen to rarely attempt to take out the Triple Trouble, aka Evolve Jungle Worm, world boss. I would mostly likely... That's not my fault, that's whoever wrote this. I would mostly likely expect to hear the typical response of, "Oh, I tried that once or twice and it failed both times. Haven't been back since." It is still a thing. People still do this world boss. There are even a few select guilds that regularly set up and organize for this world boss at different time slots. I happen to be one of those said guilds, Shadows of Bloodtide, and have seen many triple decaps and kills for this world boss in the evenings after work, 12:30 a.m. PST set up. Event at 1 a.m. PST. That is really, really late. That's, yeah.
That's like 3 in the morning for me.
4 in the morning for me. I wish to make the community more aware that this is being done and encourage them to come and join this and other time slots for this world boss. Sometimes one can be blessed by RNGesus and given an ascended armor box as a looted reward. Plus mastery points. Sincerely, Aram. P.S. The guild tag RNT is a play on the different worms at TT, Amber, Crimson, and Cobalt. Yeah. So that's cool. Yeah. I'm more than happy to advertise that.
Yeah. And those particular time slots would probably very rarely work for me, but, this is a global community and there's going to be people that would be very thankful to have things at that time.
Have you done Triple Trouble?
I haven't done it recently, and I always say I do want to do it. Like, there's still a couple of achievements I need to do. The last time, I lucked into a map that was doing it, I think, and because of squad join, I talked about it on the show. It was a really well run run. Really well run. But I haven't, it's one of those ones you need to kind of plan for it in advance. Like, oh, I want to do this at this time. I know there's a group doing it and join up. Whereas I tend to do things last minute. Big surprise. So that's on me. I need to get better at just like, okay, let's look to see who could be organizing it around the time that I'm available and make a concerted effort to get in there and do that.
Yeah, I still need 2 or 3 achievements tied to it, but I think I have mostly everything else. I think I just need, like, Crimson decap and a Cobalt decap.
I like how Chad is talking about the different time zones of planets.
Are we?
I'm confused. Chat is confusing me. Hot off the presses, today was Community Showcase Live number 10. Gail was joined by Liz Bergeron, QA lead for Expansion 2. Actual title. And Gail looks mighty impish when she was asking Liz about whether Char Silvari might be in X-Pac 2. And it was really, she was like, maybe you could tell us something. I'm like, no, I can't tell you. I'm like, oh, darn. Like, it was really, really cute.
Yeah.
Gail is adorable.
Is going on my list for not saying anything about Expansion 2. She's on the list.
She's on the list. What you can't say. She needs to keep her job, buddy.
Jobs be damned. Liz Bergeron is on the list.
I have not watched this fully yet. I skipped through and caught bits of it. It looked like they had some really great items highlighted, some of which actually we had talked about on the show at some point. Like they had the plush Timey, and there's a couple other ones too. And the 3 intro music pieces were great. And I thought that was a really great way to showcase the fan music rather than kind of playing it in between where it shows like the host just kind of sitting there doing nothing passively while the music is playing for the people who may be watching the show. Yeah. So they played 3 pieces. There was Phantasmal Butterflies by Catalyst, For Glory by Rasinger, and Spectre of the Marionette by Dusk. And they were very different from each other and great. Like I was like, when I first queued it up, I was like, oh, this is really great music. And I was like, I don't remember hearing this in the game though. And then I noticed it had Phantasmal Butterflies by Catalyst. I'm like, this is fan music. This is so good. So I liked that. I thought it was a really great way to show that. And the next community showcase is going to be Wednesday, July 20th. Now I feel like did I get that right? Is that actually
date sticking out in your mind for some reason?
Well,
Is there anything special about July 20th?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay then, fine. Fine.
I feel like it is now, but I'll talk to you about that after. And I think I'll do the last one too, because it's more about my baby than yours. I was trawling through Tumblr and found this Azura Ranger by Katrina, and I love this. There was another one I was thinking of nabbing to put on the show, but then this one caught my eye. I'm like, no, this one. This is the one. And not partly, because it reminds me of a couple different things that I really love. It reminds me, first of all, ElfQuest.
Mm-hmm.
It has a bit of an ElfQuest vibe to it, but also reminds me of the art in a children's book that I loved growing up called Tetsinda. And
not familiar.
No, not surprised, actually, but it was a book that I loved a great deal, and there's just I see both these things in this, so it's why I love it so much. But I think they did a great job, and yeah, liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it's cute.
And that's the show, peeps.
That is the show.
That is it. So I guess I'll just do the closer of thank you, chat room, for keeping yourselves occupied so you didn't have to listen to the show. Thank you, Hunter, for joining me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm always glad to be here. Do you want to discuss when the next show is going to be?
Next Wednesday?
Are we doing next Wednesday? Oh, I thought we were skipping next Wednesday.
Is it next Wednesday we're skipping?
I thought it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
We may or may not be skipping next Wednesday because of July 1st and July 4th, which are holidays for both Canada and the US.
Next Wednesday is the 29th.
Yeah, so which is the week before. So we may be skipping next week. We shall see.
Yeah.
And thank you to anyone who chooses to watch us on YouTube or listen to us on the website or download our podcast to your device of choice.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks.
And thanks for all the reviews on iTunes.
Yeah. And Panther is saying, we are skipping to line up with an important date. And yes, I think that is fair to talk about. Well, partly skipping because we typically skip the right around Canada Day and Independence Day just because it makes it easier for everyone all around.
Yeah.
However, episode 200 is coming up. We're 6 away. And also August 11th was the date of the first Guild Wars Reporter, and that would have been 5 years ago. So we're coming up not only on episode 200, but the 5th year anniversary. So by this magical skipping of 1 week, we can make this, we can combine them into one confluence of party, and we are planning on doing something. I forgot to mention in what I did this week, there was one more thing. I talked with Celeste for quite a long time, which was the first time since she went on mat leave. And we actually, talking about stuff, she just decided, I have to get in game. So she hopped into game and we continued to play, and she had a baby sleeping on her while we did this. And it was awesome. Mm-hmm. So we're starting to plan for this event. We're not sure what form it's going to take. There will be prizes. We do know that.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Any questions? Anybody want to say anything?
We can do some stuff.
We've officially ended the show at some point, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legion calls.
So if you have a community event that you would like for us to share, go ahead and send us an email.
Seize the moment.
And if you've got a burning question or for our Ask an Azura segment, just let us know.
I'm selling. You buying?
We have coupon codes for Doghouse Systems. Use the coupon code MMO Reporter at doghousesystems.com to get an additional 120 gigabyte Super Star Destroyer drive for free on their next build.
No free samples.
Patreon page. If you're in love with the show or the network, please consider becoming a patron on our Patreon page.
Thanks for pitching in.
In the very least, it helps us keep the metaphorical lights on. So check it out at patreon.com/MMOReporter.
That fulfills my needs. Thanks so much.
audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. Books!
Books, now with sound!
Knowledge is the greatest treasure.
If you want a free audiobook, you should go to audibletrial.com/MMOReporter.
That's valuable.
So, Alona, if people want to get in contact with us, how would they do so?
They would email us at gwreporter@MMOReporter.com. Twitter is @GWReporter. Our website is guildwarsreporter.com.
You must visit more often.
Voicemail is 616-666-6778, or use the widget on the right-hand side of the website. Our YouTube channel is MMO Reporter Network, and remember to like our videos and subscribe to the GW Reporter playlist. And if you feel like it, wander around and see what other shows are on the network that you might enjoy.
You are a welcome guest.
Facebook is GW Reporter. Tumblr is gwreporter.tumblr.com.
So you can reach me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is clouded_chimera. You spell chimera CHIMERA.
Find me at Hunter's Insight.
I was not prepared.
Alona may be found at One Big Pear.
As in PEAR.
And Celeste at Selly Ookie.
CELEOOKIE.
Yeah, or you can visit us in-game.
I'm onebigpear.1249.
In-game account is Clouded Chimera, all one word, 0.9670. Send me a mail, give me a whisper. I'm always willing to chat and help you out with whatever you need.
And I'm Sellyuki.5046.
Thanks to our fantastic chat room. You were busy and awesome and super cool tonight, so thanks a lot for coming out and recording with us. But most importantly, we hope to see you in game.
May the spirits of the wild watch over you.
Good hunting.
Keep your blade sharp and your powder dry.
Take care of yourself.
May the Six watch over you.
Until next time. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOReporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOReporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.